Alright, here's our buddy Kevin back here. Bunch more stuff. Here's our buddy Rob over here. A lot of you guys know him. What you say, Rob?
Hey, Tubes. There's Road King.
Yeah. What is this? Look at this. Got old movie projectors. What are we starting a movie studio here or something?
This was my grandfather's hobby, so we thought we'd drag out something different. We got some old movie projectors.
Speak up, buddy. We got a lot of noise here.
Well, we got some old movie projectors here. These were hand crank projectors that they used to show the films that probably something like this would be used up to maybe 1925. So these are just the heads off of them, but they got really neat mechanisms. All kinds of gearing.
Oh, look at that.
Shutter in there.
Somebody would actually sit there and turn this?
Sit there and crank that for say 10 minutes what the reel would be. You know, this one here is made by Edison, who was kind of the inventor of a lot of the movie stuff. This one needs a little bit of oil. But here's some original film.
Wow.
Probably 1920s.
Yeah, you don't want to unroll that.
Nah, that could be some bad stuff. It's nitrate film.
Oh, really?
Good. Yeah, that's kind of a fire.
I was gonna say cellulose, so that's
yeah, it's
that'll break up.
It's in the explosive family.
What's going on here in the picture?
That's my other hobby with the trains.
Look at that, Rob, plane
trains.
Engineer.
No, just what was I doing that day? Fireman that day. Fireman here.
Here's another one. Look at him. Look at him. He's always hanging off of something.
Yeah, I've always got my fingers in something.
That must be you. Your head's cut off, but I recognize them big arms.
Right here. That's me.
Yeah.
Yep. All
right, let's continue on. Look, now this thing looks cool. Look at a big box on it. What's that? Open that box, Rob.
This is the lamp house on a projector here. You got some big light bulbs and a reflector, and that's all electric.
If you had to, could you replace them bulbs?
I doubt it.
I
doubt it.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, so anyway, this is a powered projector. This is about 1915. This is the most complete one we've got. So,
yeah, that's got its own stand and everything, huh?
Yeah, so these boxes on top, the film reels go in.
Okay.
So,
that's pretty cool.
Here.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark out, so I'm going to try to get this video in for you guys.
The loaded film reel would go in here.
Right.
The empty film reel would go down here. Now, I'm going this by memory. Last time that I was shown how to do this, I was probably maybe 8 years old. This is my grandfather's hobby, and he's been gone quite a while. But this is, then you start lacing this in around through here, and go all the way through, then take them to the bottom. And once you had that all ready to go, you turn your light on, which we can't do because we don't have a big power source here. Open this up, and the light would shine through the projector, and then you would start cranking this thing here, and you had to keep it at about speed. That little thing spinning in front, that's the shutter. When you see old movies, when they see that flickering, well, that's what's actually doing that. So then this would be the lens that would focus it. So the projectionist would sit here for 10 minutes or so and crank this movie, and it would shine on the screen there. So he did a pretty tough job.
I'll say. I bet they had big right arms, huh?
Yeah, I bet they did. They only did it with one arm.
That's pretty cool.
You know, and then if they had a two-reeler, then it'd be a little bit of a delay. They would actually move this whole lens over to the side. This one doesn't have all the stuff on it. Move the lens over to the side, and then you slide the lamp house over. A little out of balance here. And it would shine like a slideshow. So while the guy was putting new film on there, he would have some little slideshow going on to keep the people entertained. And then when he was all done with their loading it up.
Or a commercial maybe, huh?
Yeah, it would be a commercial.
Yeah. Popcorn, dancing popcorn and dancing peanuts.
Yeah. Then you go back and you crank the next movie through.
Oh, that's cool.
This was up till probably about in the mid-20s or so, or you know, they did have some electric motor models that were after our bolted onto the bottom. But yeah, maybe you want to get a shot at some of the gearing and stuff in here.
Let me check these gears over here.
Look at the precision in this. This is like a watch. Have all them helical gears turning around.
That is, that's incredible. Even inside, you got gears inside gears.
Yeah, this little pulley here would drive down here, would drive this. That would be the take-up reel. There'd be a leather belt on there.
Right.
You know, which you don't have right now.
That's pretty cool.
So this is,
you're talking technology now. Back in the 20s, that's crazy.
Yeah. Somebody had to lay all this out, figure out all those gears, and do that. So it's pretty sharp people. Now I just pop a video cassette in, and it's like a big Blu-ray projector or something. That's what movies are.
And then when you're tired of it, you throw the trash.
Yep.
Stop that. Let me see them. Look how crisp they are for Christ, 100 years, almost 100 years old.
It is 100 years, 1915.
That's pretty good. Well, then it's 100 and
It's 102. Hey, we're doing math.
That's right, we're not mathematicians here. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look inside here, the other side. A little dark in here. Let me see if my light works. There you go.
Got some serious light bulbs.
That is, man. That's pretty cool. All right, is that all we got?
That's all we got.
All right. Well, thanks for showing it to us.
Later, Tube.
Say goodbye to your fans.
Bye, fans.
All right. He's always got interesting stuff here.
What movie you showed tonight, Rob?
All right, Rob. All right, explain to me that thing you're turning there, and you have a little what is that, a louver?
Yeah, it's a little louver. This actually lets the light through. So this closes it off to make sure the light goes. Because when these movies were new, they were made out of nitrate, which is very flammable, which is why a lot of movie theaters burned down just from the film. Since the safety film came out, I don't know, maybe late 20s or something, but a lot of these old movies are nitrate. If you find one, it's kind of bad stuff. But anyway, this is a little centrifugal clutch in here. The little shoes come out, they grab this housing and pick that up. So when you turn this thing, you've got to turn it at least fast enough for that little door to open up to let the light through. So you got to pick a speed. So you got to sit there and you got to figure it's going to take you. There's 10 minutes worth of this.
Yeah.
So you can speed it up, but you can make the movie characters go really funny looking.
All right. So you can go faster, but you can't go slower.
Yeah, because you can't go slower because it won't let any light through.
The clutch will close that. That's pretty wild. The littlest things that they thought about.
All these little teeny mechanisms to do this stuff. There's a little flywheel here.
Little latches that push legs and springs. Look at that.
Yeah, and then, you put the film in, you'd open this up here. Like, look at all those delicate parts. The film would come down around here, go in through here, and then you would start taking this stuff off here to put the film in it.
Wow.
Well, all these things that would go and would wrap around these pulleys. All these little tooth cogs here, they're on the film. Like, the negatives on a 35 millimeter camera film? Well, that's the same stuff. But it's just a long strip of it.
Where's your film? Let's see it.
Back over there.
We'll put it back over here. Well, you don't even have to take it off. We can see it here. The little holes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, Rob. Alrighty, enough of this.